10 strange people on my crazy obsession. From a crazy man who has tattooed his whole body with carrots to a man who wants to get married to his car, here are 10 of the strangest people on my crazy addiction. Watch till number 1 for some of the weirdest obsessions that people have. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tap the bell icon for notifications about our future videos. And now, let's begin. 10. Doris Mayday. Vintage dressing. The perception of not fitting in and belonging to the millennial is not a big issue. It happens. But this young lady called Doris Mayday has taken it to the next level. Doris hates today's music, lifestyle, clothing, manners, and basically everything. Now, this hatred might be influenced by her past. She was fat and had gaps in her teeth, and so she was bullied and made fun of. So she resorted to living a classy and elegant life like they had in the 50s. She loves dressing up in vintage style. It doesn't matter if it's cold outside, but she would never prefer to wear modern boots. Instead, she covers her feet with plastic. The first thing that her boyfriend was attracted to was her style. He adores that she loves to be perfectly dressed at all times, but it seems embarrassing and annoying when she roams around with plastic on her feet. She is so concerned with the 50s that she even has vintage home decor. Right from her couch in the living room to the curtains in her bedroom, everything is vintage style. We can definitely call her the vintage queen, don't you think? Up next, we have a 42-year-old woman who's obsessed with pigs. Stay tuned to find out more. 9. Sharon Reynolds. Pigs. Stuffed toys are cute and all, but what would you think if they were all over your place? Watching you all the time from every corner of your house? Creepy, right? Well, Sharon Reynolds is overly obsessed with pigs and buying pig-inspired items for more than 15 years now. She has over 6,000 pieces of pig items in her house. She spends 15 hours per week on the internet finding the next pig thing to buy. This grandma of 2 even has a nighttime ritual of reading 3 Little Pigs purely for her joy. She loves pigs so much that she even has a pig shower head. Having pigs all around seems delightful for this 48-year-old woman, but the same isn't quite true for her husband. It makes him feel a little uncomfortable, of course. When her husband told her that they didn't have any more space and money to keep her furry friends, she replied that she still does have ceiling space. What do you say to that? At number 8, we have the story of Zizi, who has spent most of her life collecting carrot-themed objects. 8. Zizi Howell. Carrots. Zizi Howell has an obsession with something that we eat. You may guess that it's pizza or fries or something similar, but no. It's a lot healthier than these. Zizi loves carrots. She has over 35 carrot tattoos all over her body. She wants to have the most carrots anybody has ever had. Not just for food, but she has taken lots of efforts to design her house with items associated with her favorite vegetable. From dining plates and showpieces to bathroom trays and even lighters, everything is carrot themed. She even has personal carrot friends, i.e. her plushies. Zizi even carries them around in her car. And can you guess her favorite punk rock artist? Carrot Top, of course. We think we might have just found a human version of Bugs Bunny. Next up, we have a man who has been obsessing with collecting mustard jars for a long time. 7. Barry Levinson. Mustard. They say that you should consider the voices in your head seriously. You need to listen to them. Well, here we have Mr. Barry Levinson, who has always heard and followed what the voices told him to do. Barry went out at 3 a.m. to an all-night grocery store. This is when his obsession with mustard began. He heard voices that told him to collect as many mustard jars as he could. He has been on this mission for 26 years now, making him the owner of the largest mustard collection in the world. Barry has over 5,500 samples gathered from over 50 states, amounting to $125,000. All the pieces are so valuable that Barry handles them extremely carefully, wearing special gloves. His wife obviously found it a little weird at first, but she supported it nevertheless. At number 6, we have a Barbie superfan with delightful insight and way of thinking. Watch to know more. 6. Azusa Sakamoto. Barbie. Giving up our toys is one of the most difficult times we face while growing up. We do let go of a lot of things we had during our childhood. Azusa Sakamoto has, however, not been able to give up her obsession with Barbies. Azusa had 2 fashion dolls when she was little. She became a Barbie fan when she received a box with a Barbie picture on it. Since then, everything she owns has to be Barbie inspired. She doesn't consider Barbie as a kid thing. This Japanese girl owns over 159 Barbie dolls and has spent over $70,000 on Barbie merchandise merchandise and items. From clothes, dishes, curtains to lunchboxes and artworks, everything is Barbie-inspired in her house. Being the most famous fashion girl, Barbie doesn't have a nail artist, so Azusa decided to become one. She designed a lot of nail art which matched perfectly with all the Barbie outfits she owns. What is amazing is how Azusa perceives Barbies. It has become a notion of hers to associate Barbies with physical attributes and girliness, whereas Azusa says that Barbie is actually telling women to be independent and fulfill your dreams. You can be anything you want. We're amazed by these thoughts. Way to go, girl. Next up, we have a couple who are obsessed with collecting love dolls. 5. Bob and Lizzie Gibbons. Love dolls. People usually buy love dolls to indulge in intimate activity, but this guy called Bob Gibbons is obsessed with just buying the dolls. He admits to having never made love to any of these dolls. He has over 240 dolls of different variety like the silicone ones, blow-up dolls, and more. The total estimate of all of the dolls that he has is $150,000. Well, not only him, but his wife, Lizzie, has also been encouraging the habit. The couple likes to have these dolls placed everywhere in their house, the living room, the kitchen, and even their bedrooms. And now even this 3-bedroom apartment is starting to feel small for keeping over 240 dolls. So they've come up with an unusual solution for storing them: coffins. And just when you think the situation cannot get any creepier, the couple admits to having bonded well because of the dolls. They like to have a chat with the dolls, and the husband dances with them while the wife watches. Lizzie says that she has in fact grown closer to Bob because now they have a lot of things to do together. They actually have real-life conversations with the dolls and offer real food to them too. This one's a bouncer for us. What about you? Next up is a person who has taken the Queen song "I Am in Love with My Car" way too seriously. 4. Nathaniel Car. You may have heard of two people being in a relationship and eventually marrying each other, but have you ever heard of anyone being in a relationship with an inanimate object? Here's a 28-year-old man named Nathaniel who is in a serious, committed relationship with his car. Nathaniel owns a cherry red 1998 Monte Carlo, which he named Chase. He is so passionate about his car that he gives it bubble baths, takes it out on dates, and even gets intimate with it. The first thing he does when he wakes up in the morning is kiss Chase. He admits that he cannot survive for more than 24 hours without seeing his car. He even has its picture set as a screensaver on his mobile phone. Nathaniel has identified himself with objectophilia and has come out to his parents and friends about it. Of course, it is not easy for people around him to understand his obsession. Next up is the story of a 9-year-old brave kid who is obsessed with a specific type of bug for a cause. Stay tuned to find out more. 3. Shelby Counterman. Cockroaches. Shelby Counterman is obsessed with collecting cockroaches. Yes, cockroaches. She owns more than 1,000 cockroaches, including the Madagascar hissing cockroach. Roaches make her feel happy. Shelby finds them special and unique. She wants the world to know that cockroaches are not monstrous and bad, so she wants everyone to not be afraid of them. Shelby keeps her roaches in egg cartons because they thrive in the dark. She has her very own play tank kept in her bedroom, which contains the roaches that she would play with all day. Even though Shelby's obsession discomforts her parents, it has nevertheless proved to be advantageous to some extent for herself. Shelby now knows so much about these insects that she technically has become an expert. Although having roaches as pets is unusual, we're fine with it, as long as it makes the little girl happy. At number 2, we have a woman who's obsessed with something that is going to leave you cringing. Stay tuned to find out more. 2. Keyshia. Sniffing and chewing dirty diapers. Diapers are something that are used for little kids or adults who are medically unwell, and after their use, we throw them out, don't we? Well, this young lady doesn't. Keyshia, living in Queens and expecting her first child, has a really weird obsession. She loves to sniff and chew dirty diapers. Yes, you heard that right. Keyshia likes to have diapers which have pee in it. The more pee in the diaper, the more appealing it is to her. She admits to having these diapers while cooking and while sleeping. She even keeps it in her drawer as well as a pocketbook. Keyshia gets the most of her diapers from her friend who has twins. Since her addiction, she has collected more than 25,000 diapers. That is almost equal to 6 children's lifetime supply of diapers. Isn't that just crazy? Imagine how unpleasant it would be for people to see it, even when it sounds so nasty. Her friends and fiancé are now now worried about her addiction and want her to stop doing it, and we really do hope that she gets over it. At number 1, we have a person with a very peculiar obsession. This story is guaranteed to leave you uncomfortable at once. Stay tuned to find out what we're talking about.
I saved the best for last, but first I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it. It really works.
1. Margaret Bee Stinging. Meet Margaret, a 43-year-old woman living in Kentucky with her husband. Her husband is worried about one particular habit she has developed over time. Margaret has arthritis. Now, we know that severe pain can make you go crazy and you desperately strive to get rid of it, but we bet you would have never heard of anyone trying this out. One of the things that relieved Margaret's arthritis pain was bee stings. What started as a medical treatment has culminated into an obsession in her case. Margaret has developed a habit of purposely getting herself stung for more than 10 years. She has stung her forehead, the tip of her nose, ankle, elbow, fingers, and hips several times. One time, she gave herself 15 to 20 stings at once on her hip. She has beehives in her backyard, so she doesn't have to roam around to find bees. Too much of anything can prove to be harmful. Margaret has become so addicted to this habit that she stings herself 15 to 20 times every day. Do you know of any more strange people on My Crazy Obsession other than the ones mentioned? Let us know in the comments section below. See you next time. Thanks for watching and have an excellent day.